Hi Bradley, how you doing? Got your work up here, got your written rationale. Everything makes good sense. I want to give you my take on this. Okay, I don't know if you look back at this. I had used actually, I had actually used this a few times as an example for what I thought was considered to be really outstanding encoding of meaning in the Guardian Network Security monogram. It's I want to give you my reaction over here, and I know that you went ahead with this sketch right here, but let me give you my reaction and let me tell you why I think that this is not your strongest solution. The main thing is that it's not recognizable at small sizes. It's not recognizable as a monogram. And let me show you. Let's concentrate on the large one here. So as we move down in size, we can start to see it's kind of taking on this kind of optical illusions. It's kind of creating these different kind of shapes that is really obliterating the N and the S as being recognizable as letter forms. Let's continue that. And now you can really see what I'm saying. At small sizes, it's just not legible as a monogram. And the reason for that is that you're doubling this crossbar as the G. You're doubling that as the ascender for the N. So that is really kind of an abstract view of the N as it stands with the G. So it's I think it's really difficult to ascertain that this is a G and an S. You're probably disagreeing with me because you've been looking at this for so long. But when I first opened it, I thought to myself, I'm just not seeing it. These are kerned so tightly. So I've got a couple of recommendations. I think that the encoding over here was actually beautiful, and as I said, I used that a few times as examples in this week's discussion board. It's an example of excellence in encoding, and the reason I feel that is because you've got this square G, which is somewhat fortress-like, a lot more rigid and a lot more protective, as it were, than the round. The round just doesn't look like it's as strong and as impenetrable as the square G. Okay, now the next thing I see is that the NS network security it's exposed here in the open part of the G. It's exposed, so it's not being protected. So this does not have the same kind of encoded meaning that this has, because here the NS for network security is nestled inside the G, inside this outer impenetrable layer of protection, which further emphasizes the mission of the company. This, we can't really say that about this because it's open. It's open to the outside elements where it's not protected as well as it is protected here. Okay, and that's my main thing about. I really think that sketch is a strong concept. I'd like to see you move forward with that square G with the N and the S inside. If you disagree, and if you don't feel that that has the same potential that I'm seeing in it, at the very least, I would suggest that you take this G and take this NS and try to move the NS in here and assemble it as instead of rotating it on its axis, I would assemble it as just its regular baseline. So it reads G and then NS inside the G. I think that's going to encode meaning much more effectively than what we have here. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to read. It's going to be a lot more legible, and it's going to be much more recognizable at small sizes. Okay, so those would be my recommendations. Good job. If you have any questions, comments, or if I need to clarify, clarify anything, please just let me know. I'll be glad to do so. Okay, good job. Thank you.